Welcome, Traveler, to Broken Thorns Sorcery, which is the best bleed build after the nerfs, because this one wasn't affected at all while everything else get trashed. We're using the Impenetrable Thorns Sorcery to overwhelm our opponent with bleed, get bonus damage with our Talisman and Helmet due to the bleed, and with a beloved Stardust Talisman, we can spam it away so quick that it's just bleed after bleed after bleed proc. Well, the damage speaks for itself, I guess. This one can be played with or without summons, and I'm using either the Black Knight Commander Andreas for tanking or your Mimic tier just for incredible bonus bleed damage because he's casting the Thorns the whole time too. Let me show you the location of every single item and exactly how the build is being played with the boss example. First, the star of the show, Impenetrable Thorns. For this, we're going to the Shadow Keep and then the 7th floor Site of Grace. Walk outside of the room, take care of this little rascal using whatever powerful spells you have, and, well, you notice how funny that is. Then we're running forward and jumping right into that horse. Pull the lever over there so the center beams are rotating. Then make your way upwards. 2, 3, 4. Walk over the back of the dude to bring yourself where this statue of America is. Kill him. And then you're peeking down and you see this bat here. We're carefully walking off the ledge. We nuke the bat. And then on this corpse, there will be the Impenetrable Thorns. It was simple, wasn't it? In order to use the Thorns, we need two stuffs. The Maternal one with an insane arc scaling, and also the Staff of the Guilty, which is really insane out of the main game. Sorceries are scaled with faith rather than intelligence. Doesn't matter, but wielding this staff, which enhances Thorns sorceries in particular. Well, if you have that in your offhand and you're casting with a Maternal staff, then it still scales with your arcane as it should, but your Thorns is getting stronger. This one is optional for maximum damage and needs to be farmed. The best location for this is the Mountaintop of Giants, the Keep of Guardians, and we're going to start here at the White Ridge Road, and what we're looking for is these sorcs that are essentially wielding the Thorn staff. You just go through, kill all of them, and if you have a Silver Pickled Foulfoot, use that one. The drop rate is okay-ish, and well, I mean, it's a good rune farm on the side as well. Again, the staff is needed for the super ultra max damage. You do equivalently great damage without the staff. It's just even more width. The Maternal staff is a wee bit more interesting to get, because for this we need to do a quest line. That one begins at the Cathedral of Manus Mater. You get to this by going through the Bonnie Village, then Whipping Hut right all the way around and begin talking to Count Emir. That dude gives you a quest line to visit 2 ruins. One ruin would be here on the right side, the Finger Ruins of Dio, which you can only reach as you get into the Hinterlands. And the Hinterlands is a hidden region. For this, you need 2 things. First, you need to find the hidden region and a special emote. That emote you do get at the Bonnie Village. If you have never been to the Bonnie Village, you get there from the Morth Ruins. I'll show you how to get to the Bonnie Village, the emote, the Hinterlands, and then where the second ruin is as well. It seems a bit tedious, but it's absolutely worth it. Don't worry, because there is a super cool boss waiting. I won't spoil the boss, I'll just tell you essentially how to get there, but the boss remembrance will essentially give you what you're looking for. You ride past all of this, then you jump down, vibbity vobbity, get even further below, and this tunnel essentially connects you to the Bonnie Village. I know, crazy, huh? Jump over everything, and then we're going up the ladder at the end, and you'll end up at the Bonnie Village and activate the Bonnie Village Site of Grace. In the Bonnie Village, you need to go there. There's even a road marked here. And the reason to go there is because an emote is waiting for you. You just jump over the roofs of these buildings, get that broken bridge, and jump over the ravine or go all the way on the right side. And then we're making our way exactly to the dead tree. Because there is alive, and then there's a dead tree. Under that dead tree is a dude, and he has the emote called Oh Mother. And that emote has to be used at a specific statue to unlock the hinterlands. Yes, screw you, Elden Ring. That would be at the Shadowback Gate. And to get there, we'll begin at the Storehouse Loft side of Grace. In order to get to the Storehouse Loft side of Grace, we played through the Church District and made our way upwards to the Storehouse Back section. Should be able to be discovered by you from the Loft side of Grace. We're making our way upwards with the elevator in front of this side of Grace. And then you're walking through these rafters here to reach an end point with even more elevators. Upwards. This is not the way to Mesma, by the way. Noob. This is just the way forward to a hidden boss, which gives you a bunch of scatter tree fragments. So that's kind of amazing. You see that ladder leading down? We could go all the way, but we could also just roll over here and then roll further. If you want to have it safer, you would jump over the beam and then just take down the ladder. And now we're getting the elevator below into the next elevator that you can already see there. And the next elevator takes you down to the Shadowkeep Backgate side of Grace. Then that would be a hidden boss with 5 Shadow Tree fragments. That's what we're looking for. No, you're going to turn to the right after getting out of the elevator and this side of Grace. And that is the statue. And here you would be using the emote called Oh Mother. And then suddenly you're unlocking Wibbity Wobbity the Hinterlands. Ta-da! There's more to discover here, especially at that village right in front of me. But what you're going to do is you're going to ride through everything, end up at the Finger Runes of Dio right there, and whistle blow into the finger, which gives you also the first talisman. That is called the Beloved Stardust. That makes your casting speed even faster. I run out of dexterity before I run out of mana because I can cast so damn fast. Beloved Stardust, though, makes you take 30% more damage, or you have 30% less damage negation. There's an alternative to this, which would be the Radagons icon. I'll tell you how to get that in this Talisman section, but the Beloved Stardust works explicitly well if you're using summons and don't really care about your own HP. That's why I like personally using it. I'm already making a super broken build. I have the summon. I can spam even faster. Why not use Beloved Stardust? Now, after handing the quest into Manus Mature, he tells you to go to the first ruin again. And the first ruin is situated all the way at the bottom from the Cerulean coast side of Grace. You essentially just ride down, around, and make your way to the Finger Runes of Rhea. And at the Finger Runes of Rhea, again, afterwards you go to Manus Mature, and after interacting with him and reloading the region, you'll be able to interact with his chair and push it back to then get to the boss fight. I won't tell you more about this, but after killing the boss, you can hand in the soul and you can get yourself the Maternal stuff. Our other talismans are the Grave Mass Talisman, which greatly raises the potency of sorceries. That's another 8% damage boost. In order to get this, we go to the Mountaintop of Giants, the Inner Consecrated Snowfield, and we need to make our way to the Elbenoric Rise. The Elbenoric Rise is a riddle tower. And in order to solve this, you need the Fanged Imp Ashes. The ashes can be bought in Learner of the Lakes at the Isolated Merchant that's hitting right here. Yep, there's a hidden merchant, and for this, we're starting at the main academy gate, and instead of going in or going back, we're going to the left. That will bring us downwards, essentially the downwards facing bridge. And as you're riding this, you will make your way towards the absolute main gate that you go through the rune, but there is, for some obscure reason, a merchant hidden right there on this bridge, as you can see. And he's not only selling the Fanged Imp Ashes, he's also selling you 3 Stone Sword keys if you need. Purchase Fanged Imp Ashes. GG. And the second item you need is a Bewitching Brand, which can also be bought by a merchant right here on top of Learner of the Lakes at the Bellum Church. Pick up your horse, ride it downwards to that respective merchant. That was it. And we're purchasing ourselves the Bewitching Brand to make enemies fight each other. Now with these equipped, we're teleporting to the inner consecrated snowfield again. Mark the Ebonara Rise with a 4, and then make your way upwards in that direction. The first thing to do is just pull out your Fanged Imp Ashes, so they're out. And now you essentially just have to kill one of the patrolling imps. That would already be puzzle 1 done. Get this out of the way. And for the next step, you equip the Bewitching Brand and need to make the patrolling imp kill the other patrolling imp. We're going to dispel our imps before they go crazy. And this one is bewitched now. But we essentially have to find the other patrolling imp here and have our bewitched one kill him. Eating him a little bit there. And the seal of the rise has been opened. Now you can just make your way inside, upwards, and loot your Kunio Talisman. Success, ladies and gentlemen. GG. Next up would be Lord's Blood's Exultation, which increases the attack power when blood loss occurs in the vicinity, which boosts the power of your incantation, it seems. And that one is being had from the Leyendell capital in the sewers. Step 1 is teleporting to the Avenue balcony in Leyendell City. And then you make your way down the stairs, jump over the railing, and then get into the well. And no worries, this part here is a little bit sped up. The complicated roundabout part in the maze, I'll do in normal style talk along. After getting that side of grace, go over the floor, roll down the ladder, and then make sure that on that wooden board, you right hit the middle to land on the pipe below. Be careful with the stupid lobsters. They'll try to eat your booty. Roll your way past them and get the next side of grace. Now, here's this little hint. There's 2 items behind you at the lobsters that you want to get after getting the side of grace. There's a Somber Smithing Stone 7, which is always nice to have. And yes, one of the earlier times you can actually get a Somber Smithing Stone 7. And there's the shackle for Moog. The same shackle exists for him as did for Margaret the Fell Omen to make the fight easier for you. Navigating the next part can be stupid, so we're doing a normal pacing style video. You head downwards and this door is closed. Go left. Jump over the altar and get up the stairs. This is where we will return to. But in order to return here, there is a lot of roundabouts to take. After going up the ladder, you see the room, turn right. There's fire happening. You don't really care for the fire. You're going to let it blast down. And we're not going to the statue. We're going past the statue. On the right. You know you're right when you see the big statue. Then head to the right again. And there's one big dude. You know you're also correct. Jump straight down. Turn to the left. Straight. Turn to the right. Stairs up. You want to go the stairs up. See a room in front of you that's empty? Turn around. Another one of these. This looks eerily similar to where we have been before, right? This time, you go to the connector and head to the statue and bonk it downwards. Bonk. Hit it again and get upwards. You see this altar room with the statue? You're correct. This is where you want to be. Turn to the right again. And if you do notice that these 2 imps are there, and the pit where you can fall into, you die if you fall in there. You're on the correct track. Jump down the ladder, and then make your way straight down. And this is exactly where everything started. Pull the lever, jump down, turn around, it goes up, and it goes straight. If we're going straight, you return back to where everything has started. Boom. Then you can rest at the side of grace and do the boss fight. Just to give you a picture on when to do this, I am level 92 and my weapon is currently +9 upgraded. The boss is Asgar, Priest of Blood, and he has 2 dogs with him. Now, the dude himself is quite simple because he can actually get staggered, which is quite nice. You should look out though, because, well, he does have the Reduvia and he does some other shebangs, and, well, yeah. But, I mean, the damage he takes is quite significant. So with a +9 weapon and maybe a summon, you should be able to do him very early. Now, we're playing Beloved Stardust, but if you don't like the bonus damage you're taking, and if you're not playing with summons, Radagons Icon might be better, which you can find in the Academy in the middle of Learning of the Lakes, and you're going to start at the Debate Parlor. It's actually really easy to miss because it's quite hidden. You're making your way outside the room, turn to the right, where you would never go because there's no reason to go there. Oh yeah, and then you jump over here. Stupid, ain't it? These are like the things you can miss so easy out on. Don't feel bad if you never knew where Radagon's icon was. Making your way upwards through the broken windows. You go to the right, and there is a chest which contains Radagon's icon. Now, the last talisman, the third one, is a wiggle room, and I'm currently using the Viridian Amber Medallion, so I get more stamina and I can cast just away without ever running out of stamina. Alternatively, you can use the Dragoncrest Great Shield Talisman or the Shield Talisman to just get more physical damage negation as you feel like it, because no other talisman kind of boosts your damage, and therefore it ain't worth it to go for. For armor set, I'm essentially going for the heaviest stuff I can wear without being heavy roll, because I'm a big fat tank. I did try to actually use Rakshasa's set, but it didn't do the difference you were looking for. So just equip yourself whatever you have that makes you a sturdy super tank, that if you're playing solo without summons and if you're getting hit, you have some good damage negation going on. The helmet is actually the white mask, which gives you an attack power boost at blood loss occurs in the vicinity, and blood loss always occurs in the vicinity with those thorns. In order to get the white mask, there is a video linked in the description below that perfectly explains the quest line to get it. An alternative to this is anything that boosts arcane and faith. For example, the High Priest head you're actually getting for finishing the questline in the Cathedral, you might just get another point of Int and Arcane, easy peasy lemon squeezy. As our seal, I'm just having a complete normal finger seal from the Crones, and I can cast Golden Vow. Golden Vow gives you damage negation and bonus damage, making you more sturdy, so you're able to just dish out those impenetrable swords like crazy. Which brings us to the gameplay loop, and also the stats afterwards. We're going to be teleporting to Renala to kind of give you a boss fight example. Step 1, finger seal out, Golden Vow buff. And then it depends on if you're using summons or not. We'll be getting the Black Knight Commander Andreas out for the super tanking here right now, because I assume most people will be playing that way, since you want to be safe. Then he gets the super aggro, and that dude doesn't lose, and you want to be relatively close to her, because the blood loss that occurs in the vicinity, you want to get the bonus from this. And yeah, that's how much damage you're dealing. Might have to dodge something in between, heal yourself, and then just keep going away at her again. Yep. That's the Thorns. That's what it is. Down with her. For stats, you want 60 vigor, 20 mine is enough. Could go for a little bit more to not run out of mana so fast. Endurance on 25 together with the amulet works plenty well. Then we get strength on 12 because that was just what our starting class had. Dex up to 20 for a bit faster casting. With the int on 21 and faith on 25. Faith on 25 so you can use Golden Vow. And lastly, arcane as big as possible for the maximum blade. The maximum arcane scaling, everything going away, so your thorns are just penetrating your opponent like crazy. Now, I didn't actually tell you where Black Knight Commander Andreas is if you're interested in him. Well, here's a video for the catacomb where he's actually hidden in, especially since there's another 4 items that you really want to get from the Fogrift catacombs as well. And if you're rather interested in a different bleed build, there is Mox Spear, which works incredibly well and actually boosted me through my first complete NG normal playthrough of the DLC. Insane build. Thank you for watching. Have a fantastic good time.